I'd like to see Canada become our 51st state.
On Tuesday, I had a very constructive call with President Trump.
He called me up yesterday. He said, let's make a deal. You know, he was running for office. They both hated Trump. And it was the one that hated Trump, I think, the least that won.
Mark Carney, who you spoke to
Correct.
After his victory, he says that you didn't talk to him in that call about making Canada a 51st state.
No, he called me. He was very nice, and I congratulated him. He had a victory.
Did Mr. Trump outright say or insinuate at any point that Canada should become the 51st state?
He did not.
It's a very close victory. It's, there's no majority or anything, so that's going to make things a little bit difficult, I think, for him to run. But he nevertheless had a victory, and he's a very nice man, I think.
Do you plan to talk to him about making Canada a 51st state?
He wants to come and see me. He's going to come this week or next week.
And we agreed to meet next Tuesday in Washington. Our focus will be on both immediate trade pressures and the broader future economic and security relationship between our two sovereign nations.
So will you talk to him about making Canada a 51st state, annexing Canada?
I'll always talk about that. You know why?
Did he say what I think he said?
We subsidize Canada to the tune of $200 billion a year. We don't need their cars. In fact, we don't want their cars. We don't need their energy. We don't even want their energy. We have more than they do. We don't want their lumber. We have great lumber. We don't need anything that they have.
As I've been warning for months, America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. Never.
Mr. Trudeau, who I call Governor Trudeau, I said, not Prime Minister, Governor. I said, Governor Trudeau, could I ask you one question? Why are we giving you $200 billion? Why are we subsidizing Canada? If Canada was a state, it wouldn't cost us. It would be great. It would be such a great, it would be a cherished state. And if you look at our map, if you look at the geography, I'm a real estate. When I look down at that without that artificial line that was drawn with a ruler many years ago, it was just an artificial line, goes straight across. You don't even realize what a beautiful country it would be. It would be great.
These are not idle threats. President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never, ever happen.
Canada only works as a state. It doesn't. We don't need anything they have. We make it in the United States. We don't need it to be made in Canada. We'll have the jobs. That's why Canada should be our 51st state. When I say they should be a state, I mean that. I really mean that. Because we can't be expected to carry a country. I do like the O Canada, right? It's a beautiful thing. I think we're going to have to keep it.
You and I talked, and I asked you if you would rule out military force to take Greenland.
I don't rule it out. I don't say I'm going to do it, but I don't rule out anything.
But here's the real question.
Did you rule out military force to take Canada?
Well, I think we're not going to ever get to that point. It could happen. Something could happen with Greenland. I'll be honest. We need that for national and international security.
But not with
I think
Canada?
It's highly unlikely. I don't see it with Canada. I just don't see it. I have to be honest with you. And by the way, Canada, they spend less money on military than practically any nation in the world. They pay NATO less than any nation. They think we're subsidized. They think we are going to protect them. And really, we are. But the truth is, they don't carry their full share, and it's unfair to the United States and our taxpayers.
As Trump and Carney meet Tuesday, the question is, will Carney keep dancing to the same old rhythm, or is a new performance about to begin?